If you've brought me some more bloatfly glands, why don't you bring them back later? I'm not in the mood to deal with that right now. I'd really prefer to be alone right now. Sorry.
That's right. Usually the kids from the schoolhouse are the first to drop by, but I don't see why I can't start the lesson with you.
Oh, well, if you're not, I guess I'll just get back to the lab then.
Why wouldn't it be? Let's get started. Yes! Love that enthusiasm. Hi there. Are you here for today's free biology lesson?
It's my colleague, Professor Scara. Well, I don't usually like to pry into her business, but I found some notes on her terminal. Sorry to let you down, but I'm afraid I'm not in the mood to teach biology lessons today. Oh, it's you. If you brought any bloatfly glands, why don't you just bring them back later? I'm not in the mood to deal with it right now. You are? That's strange, so am I. Well, maybe you could do us both a favor and go looking for her? It's my colleague, Professor Scara. The last place Professor Scara said she was going is the General Atomics Galleria. I'll mark it on your mapping device. There. Look, if you find her, could you tell her to come home? Well, then that makes two of us.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Her normal field expeditions never last more than a few days, but it's been over a week now. I'm afraid something terrible has happened to her. Well, if something's happened to her, it would be a great loss to the scientific community. Professor and I, we're very close. If something's happened to her, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's just say I take the advancement of science very seriously, and leave it at that.
University? You're not serious, right? I, for one, take that as the highest compliment. Science teaches us the lessons we need to survive, now more than ever. That's right. Aha! You do want to talk about it. Oh, that's the perfect segue into the field trip portion of the lesson. Are you ready?
Money? Oh, how about 125 caps? That would explain why some students don't come back. How about 150 caps? Well, if it's for science, 200.
This isn't about money. This is about science. You gotta do it for the love of exploration. Nope, not quite what we're looking for. The answer is gamma rays. You might think that, but the key thing to remember is that life is always reacting to its environment. Otherwise, it dies. Now, gamma rays are bad. Really bad. If your body absorbs too much of that kind of radiation, you'll suffer from fatigue, anemia, even death. But some life forms have been living with gamma radiation exposure for 2 centuries now, and they've adapted. Neat, huh? Now it's time for the field trip portion of today's lesson. Are you ready? That's what science is all about. Nothing stays the same. Everything reacts. That a boy? Who's my favorite junior scientist? You are. Here's a little something for you. Don't spend it all in one place. That a girl. Who's my favorite junior scientist? You are. Here's a little something for you. Don't spend it all in one place. Alrighty then, take care.
Don't be afraid to speak your mind. Lost in thought? I know just how that feels.
That's right. Think of just the right words. That's what I'd do. That was your choice. Professor, I have a new theory about how the Institute makes the synths.
If you get that hospital up and running, yeah,
sign me up. There's my junior scientist. Hope you're continuing your own biological fieldwork.
I don't recall. That might have been before or after I had to vent out an awful lot of semi-toxic gas from the lab. Maybe if you were more specific?
Have fun out there, and don't get killed. That'd be bad for progress.
Oh, yes. Can I help you?
Hello there.
Did you need something?
I don't recognize you. Something I can do for you?
Oh, then I'm guessing you won't be happy with how I rearranged our bedroom. Sorry, Professor. Aw, I was trying to surprise you by cleaning it up. I thought you'd be happy.
I like to organize them by colors. If the compounds are mostly green, it's a green experiment. Mostly blue? Blue experiment. Sure there are. Just a couple 100 years old, though. My theory is you're a little off your rocker.
Most people look at medicine as a business these days. Makes no sense to share that stuff with your competition.
We're lucky to even get close to what they knew back then. Well, unless you're the Institute. If it's free, sure. Thanks. I do have a few notes here. You're welcome to them. Go out, find yourself a bloatfly, collect a gland, and get back here to get the rank of junior scientist. Up for it? Now, we all talk about radiation like it's a single thing, but it's actually a term referring to dozens of different ionizing rays. You have X-rays, beta rays, gamma rays, but which one are we most worried about? The one most associated with the big old bombs 200 years ago. Oh, the field trip, of course. Oh, wonderful. Let me just take that. These glands are definitely the product of adaptation to radioactive exposure. Maybe our own insides have adapted as well. Wouldn't that be something? Here's a little reward for my new junior scientist. That's right. You go out, do some science of your own, and come back. I usually have a prize for the best junior scientist, which I guess is just automatically going to you. What do you say? No, can't say I do. Did you need something from the science center? Remember, bring the gland back in one piece. Oh, and don't chew on it. One of the students got horribly sick because of that mistake. Oh, well, everything was kind of building up to the... Never mind. I should get back to the lab. You're gonna go out and find a bloatfly gland. You see, the oversized bloatfly of today evolved from an earlier species of a smaller fly. Radioactive adaptation has resulted in a unique gland that enables it to balance and maintain speed despite its size. So what do you say? Ready to go out and dissect one? Dissecting a bloatfly can be fun. Just avoid getting stung to death, and you'll be a junior scientist in no time. Enjoy the field trip. Come back once you have that bloatfly gland, and you'll earn that prize. Ready for that free biology lesson after all? Have you changed your mind? Ready to hunt down a bloatfly gland for your field trip? Sorry, very busy with an experiment right now. As soon as I remember which one it is. Did you know in chemistry you should never mix a base into an acidic compound? Lost a few eyebrows that way, I'll tell ya. Now, where did I put those notes? Nuclear power destroyed the world, but without it, Diamond City wouldn't have any electricity. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to check on something. You sure you won't help in my next experiment, Professor? Magenta.